I mean, look, you go to all that trouble to print a coupon and they don't honor your dollar savings, I will go to the car.
That's the story that got you? Because the story that got me was the woman who tried to get away in some Power Wheels with no pants on, because you can't drive Power Wheels with pants on. It weighs you down.
Right. I mean, it's an electric car. and it's very slow.
Get rid of the clothes. You'll go faster.
It's really weird.
Interesting stories today.
We got a lot more to get to. I want to direct your attention today to the local section of today's UT San Diego. I want you to turn to page B3 and listen to this headline. Mobile heart monitor, a lifesaver on a flight. So let me introduce to you right now the man who wrote the article. He is our science reporter. We like to call him the professor. Gary Robbins is back on the front page.
Good morning.
Gary Bear.
Hi.
Hi, buddy.
How you doing?
I have tremendous affection for you.
Okay.
But Gare Bear is not something I
this?
don't think you and I should be calling each other pet nicknames.
No, it's my pet name
I'm
from
going to let
him,
Amber.
and you are not allowed to use it.
Amber can keep it.
Thank you.
Right. Gary, nice to see you.
Oh, good. Likewise.
Thank you.
It's always good to talk about Florida-based news. Florida is the weirdest.
Florida or Arkansas?
Right,
it's one of the two.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Arkansas was the girl with no pants,
With no pants
stealing
on.
the electric car, and Florida is the one where the lady just wanted to save the dollar.
Yeah.
So it's usually weird news that comes from the South. Gary, talk to us about this article today, a mobile heart monitor, a lifesaver on a flight. Tell us the story.
Well, this involves a guy named Eric Topol. He's a cardiologist in La Jolla. He's one of the best-known cardiologists in the country. He's also a researcher and a big advocate for mobile medical devices. In other words, small devices that can monitor all kinds of things. One of them is called a LiveCore. It's something that simply attaches to an iPhone, and with that, you can check heart rhythm. So if your heart rate was accelerated, you literally can use this on you with little leads to find out what was going on with your heart. Another device called the V-Scan can actually do an ultrasound to see if you're having a heart attack. Yesterday, he gave a major speech in New Orleans talking about the importance of using mobile devices. 3 hours later, he gets on an airplane to come back to San Diego, and someone says, is there a doctor on the plane? A woman was in distress. He used the device to go back and figure out that the woman was having an accelerated heart rate. It's called atrial I can't say that word. Fibrillation.
Fibrillation.
Okay, so the rhythm of her heart wasn't responding normally. Now this can be of concern because that can be a precursor to stroke in some cases. Now he found out that she was going to be okay. He diagnosed her on the spot, calmed her down, got her stabilized, and she got off the plane fine. 2 years earlier, the same exact thing happened on a different flight where someone said, is there a doctor on a plane? He used this a similar device and found out that a man was having a heart attack. They landed the jet and got the guy to an emergency room where he survived. So Eric Topol is a preacher of mobile medical devices, but he's turned out to be quite a practitioner too at 30,000 feet.
Yeah, no kidding.
My wife said this morning, you know, if here's a doctor you want on the plane with you if you have a medical emergency.
Yeah.
No, this is only meant for doctors, because what else would...
You know, it's meant for doctors, but I got an email this morning from someone who said, you know, you could actually purchase this on the market and check the heart rhythm of your pets. Now, I don't know that that's some advisable thing to do, but you know the lengths that people go to take care of their animals. The larger point is that these devices are becoming so small and so comparatively inexpensive that they've made it into the medical world, and then they're going to go broader from there.
You know, it's interesting, Gary, about, let's see, today is March, what, 5th, 6th, something like that. What's today's date? Anybody know today's date? Is today the 7th? 6th? 6th? I should know the date. Anyway, about a month ago, I went over to Qualcomm, and I sat down with Paul Jacobs, the CEO of the company.
Sure.
And one of the things we were talking about is the giant biotech industry that's here in San Diego and the infusion of the medical world with the cellular technology world. Yeah. And he talked about this exact same thing, that ultimately we will be able to use our cell phones to monitor our health.
For everything, yeah.
But it will also be able to, whatever the numbers are, will immediately be able to go to your healthcare professional.
Yes.
So it's very interesting that this doctor is already using this technology.
He already knows how important it is.
And he's been quite a preacher for it. He wrote a book that last year called The Creative Destruction of Medicine, in which he was hugely critical of the medical community, saying that doctors aren't adopting this fast enough. And in failing to do so, they're not serving the interests of their patients. He's also the big geneticist who is pushing for sequencing your entire genome. He will announce later this week at a medical conference here in La Jolla that they found the genes that have been making a young girl sick, and the family didn't know for 16 years what was wrong.
Unbelievable. Gary, great report. Thank you so much.
welcome.
Page